Okay. Alright, I just refreshed it.
Yes. Better.
Better?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll just go through this. It's just you and I. I haven't heard from Trevor Bohemian. We're still SegWit. We're still doing stuff. And join the team. So last we met, May 27th, we began writing the grant application. We're going to continue that today.
Yeah, and the
And
question was if we were going for the developer tool or what other category.
yeah. Alright, so we're
Yeah,
started.
the developer tooling does seem the best fit, but because of the extra requirements, I might say why not try first with another one? But I'm not sure how you think about that. Would you waste a chance by applying for the wrong category?
I don't think so. There's always a chance that if you apply for one and get denied, that they'll also deny you for the second one. But it didn't seem that way for Falcor. When he applied for one of them, got denied. It didn't seem to hurt his chances when he started working to apply to a second one. So that's always a risk we can take. If it's really just a personal judgment based on you and I, what we think about the risk. All right, so the last action items I had was SegWit to review the game's categories in the slide deck. I did that, and then I sent the win is good link. Yep, did that. Need to figure out. Things a little slow right now.
Hasn't B decided on the name, or I decided on a new name.
Oh, did you? Okay, so then number one was discuss and decide what goes on the short list of the 12,000 that will not be open source. Then decide on the project name. Decide if it's going to be an individual or an entity, and to review the developer tooling requirements we're about to go over right now. All right, so what'd you decide on the name?
Backbones.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, that'll work.
Yeah, like
Backbones Data Hub.
Backbones Data Hub. Like yeah, it's a bit like what it has to be, right? Like it has to be in the back.
Yeah,
Still a little bit reference to backbone columns. So yeah,
yeah, it's good branding.
and so yeah,
All right, that
something like
works.
that.
So that one's all done. Backbones. That's funny. I like it. Okay, and then the second one was discuss and decide what goes. Actually, an individual or an entity? Which one did you decide on?
Probably an individual because creating an entity with international members is a little bit of a tricky situation. So it will be individual.
Okay.
But our dev doesn't want to be KYC.
It's gonna pose a
So the
problem then.
question, yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. So the question
Someone's
is,
gonna
can
need to
I
get
do the
KYC'd.
KYC? Yeah, yeah. So the question is, can I do the KYC without having him KYC? That's fine because I already have KYC with him. So yeah, I know where to go where for him basically. But I
Yeah,
don't know
you
if
could basically
the
submit it.
Solana grant allows that.
You could submit it and then be the one to be KYC'd, and it would make you responsible for the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. As long as I keep control over the funds, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yep. I don't.
Because if I carry the responsibility, then I also want to be able to say no to the reward, shit like that,
Got it.
or don't pay when there is no product delivered yet. Shit,
Got it. Yeah, that's
shit like that.
smart. That's very smart. Okay, we're done with that one. To discuss and decide what goes on the short list of the 12,000 that will not be open source. Okay, so that was this right-hand side. Server backend, stream fast connection. Data request should be possible if not included in current index. I don't think I understand that. But was that your entries right there?
That's the entries that came out the last discussion that we had in the last meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, basically the server that is doing the work is not available, but all the data that is coming out of that work is available.
Okay.
So basically, only the server and the connection that that server needs to get all the data is
Okay.
not open source, and the rest is open source.
How do I describe server backend? What does that mean?
Yeah, server backend.
Describe it to
The
someone who's not
side.
technically technical like you.
Uh, just the server that is running in the background, that is doing the work that you want to see in the foreground.
So what does it mean for a server to not be open source?
Uh, yeah, most of the servers are not open source because you don't want anyone interfering on your data collection. Right? Yeah, like it will be the same as opening up your PC basically, and you just don't want that.
I need to describe this in a way that makes it clear what they're not getting. So is it like the
Like
computational
like
something?
better more clearer than the server in or uh, the backend server, more clear than that you cannot be. Like if they are any technical and have any experience with any of this, then yeah, a backend server basically does it all.
Okay. If it was someone like me listening or reading it, I'd be like, all right, so what I am getting, I'm getting API source code from GitHub, or that'll be posted on GitHub. I'm getting end users are going to be able to freely connect and use this API. And what we're not getting is a backend server and then a
You
stream
do
fast
get it.
connection.
You are getting the backend server. It's just you cannot connect to it to influence what data stream is. You cannot adjust the indexing, for example. Like we would need to do the adjustment in the indexing to start collecting certain data.
Okay, now that makes sense. All right, cool. So what will not be open source is they will not be able to connect freely to the backend server and they will not be able to adjust the index. Does that make sense to write?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that
excellent.
makes sense.
Okay, and then
That's
stream fast
basically
connection.
the both in one described.
Oh, okay.
Because
So,
the streamfast connection is basically what it's using to what the backend server is using for the data collection. And so the backend server needs to be connected to the blockchain, and it does that through streaming fast.
yeah. So
Oh, Trevor.
adjust index. So maybe I'm writing this without actually knowing if I'm writing the right things.
Uh,
Adjusting the index. So the index will not be open source, whatever that is.
I, I, I would keep it like just the backend server
Okay.
uh, that would like anyone that is granting these proposals should know this, and
Okay.
else they should not be doing this work, in my
Well,
opinion.
you're going to get someone like me who's responsible for evaluating proposals, and it's going to be I mean, as long as you feel comfortable with the words and being able to
Yeah.
describe what they will and will not get, then okay, no problem. Hey, Trevor, good to see you. All right, so that one's good. And then the last one was review the developer tooling grant application requirements. Did you have a chance to look that over?
Yes. Uh, I did.
Okay. All right, let's see what else do we need to hit before we go to that one, because that one's probably gonna take up most of our time, I think. Okay, that one's good. Ideas categories, on-chain data aggregation or analytics. And then here's the application, and we started filling in the blank. Ah, right. Okay, here are our answers. So then we'll just start subbing in our answers and then pick up where we left off. So Rogue Data Hub is now Backbone's Data Hub. All right, and then I'm just gonna put Lordo.
Yeah. And then
Okay,
put the state of or
and
the
then
main country to the Netherlands.
oh, in the Netherlands. Okay.
Yeah. The answer above.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Cool. All right. Email address. Is that still good? If it's different or personal,
Yes.
we don't need to put it on here. Is that still good? That one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And here's where we were trying to figure out which one to go. SMB wallet ID. Is that still the one you want
For now, it's fine.
for
Final
now?
application, we might adjust.
Okay.
But for now, it's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Sounds good. All right, and then I went through, here's where we can actually start our discussion. So I went through the three that we were talking about, infrastructure, developer tool, and games. And I pulled in kind of like a side-by-side comparison of what that application looked like. So for games and infrastructure, they looked very similar. I think the only thing that was different was down at the bottom. Wait, no, I think it actually was the same. Project idea, yep. Funding amount, yes. Will this be open source? Budget proposal, relevant. I thought there was at least one thing that was different.
Does not look like it.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't look like it. So pretty much the same thing then. I remember it being very similar. So I thought the only thing that was different was the funding amount. Oh, you know what? No, developer tool funding amount was different. Yeah, great. Capped at 25 grand. Nope, that one was two. One of them was different with funding. Okay, and then
Yeah,
developer tool.
if you go into that application form, they mention a different budget. I think it's 40 or 70,000 it was.
Yeah, that one's
You have to put it on
40,000.
the
Capped
developer
at
pool.
AI grants are capped at 25. That's not you. Infrastructure,
It's
same
only at the
thing.
developer tool that it had.
Developer tooling, same thing.
Thought they had like an extra.
Yeah, I thought I remember seeing that too, but okay. And then there's the guidelines. And in the guidelines, that was where a lot of extra stuff was. So that's what I have here on the right-hand side for developer tools. So here is the entire grant for games is on the left and the entire grant for infrastructures on the right. Whereas for developer tool, it's this on the left and it's this on the right. So you're going to be feeling a lot more stuff for a developer tool, which is not a bad
Yes.
thing.
No.
It's just a
The
matter of
application looks a bit better or more complete, um, but it also looks a bit more strict.
for
And
developer
I
tool.
guess, yeah.
Yeah. So
But
the
yeah,
so if we go to these guidelines, what you'll see is open to individuals and organizations with experience in software development, which seems very much to be you all, especially in Solana ecosystem. Again, I still classify that as you all because Star Atlas is on Solana. Proven
yeah,
track record of delivering high quality code. I think I went through. Oh man, I must not have done it on this one. I went through and highlighted some key portions. So let's do that here because that's what was the discriminator for whether or not we should use this. All right. So let's start here at the top. And this is just copy pasted from the Google.
yeah,
And, hmm, interesting requirements. Working prototype. Oh, I did the milestones. I see what I did. Okay. Proven track record of delivering high quality code. Yes. Priority will be given to applicants. Pull this up a little bit. Who can demonstrate their understanding of the Solana ecosystem and all that. I'm like, all right, um, that's all
yeah,
probably you all. You probably find that. I have no problem with that. And ecosystem impact should be a public good to the developers within the Solana community. So that was our first check, which is can you say that this is a public good,
yeah.
meaning usable by, dang it, this.
Yeah, you can. The data is free and accessible.
Okay,
Um, so yeah,
okay. So that's checkbox one. Maybe put it here. Oh, yeah. So I went through and or looked up the definitions of all this stuff to make sure that we could talk about it. Man, it was a few weeks ago. Sorry, I got a
yeah, yeah, no problem.
amnesia. So open source meant share your project's code publicly, and then public good if it significantly contributes to Solana through open source code, free community resources, or an innovative proof of concept. And this was just me copy pasting from their website and their stuff. Purely commercial projects usually don't qualify and should explore a different type of grant instead. So, is this
Okay,
going to be purely commercial?
no, there is no monetization behind it, so there is
Okay.
no commercial.
Okay, great. That's a great answer. All right, so I'm going to put that part there. Come on. This thing's having a tough time changing the color.
Yeah, there's a lot of different letter types in here now, and
Oh, geez. My computer's
now we
seizing
make
up a
a
little
Google
bit.
Doc instead of a presentation.
There we go. Okay, back in action. Okay, So no monetization about this.
Yeah, or currently there is no monetization and the ecosystem is not big enough to finance for now,
Okay.
but I don't know if we need to mention that.
Okay. And then this first thing was Solana specific implementation. Proposals should make it clear why the project is building within the Solana ecosystem as opposed to other places. Why just Solana? Is it strictly because you're supporting Star Atlas?
Yeah, like there is no use for us to build this on a different ecosystem if Star Atlas is on Solana, right? So for us, Star Atlas made the choice for Solana, so that's why we're building on Solana too. If Star Atlas would not have been here, we would still be building on Solana, but something else.
Yep, got it. Okay, so and it's not Skull and Bones anymore. What's it called? Backbones. Okay, so we're going to talk as if we are Backbones people because Backbones, oops, is supporting Star Atlas, a Solana exclusive game. Cool. That's our second answer. Right. And answer here is I'm going to say main components are open source and usable by the public. And what was it that we said we're going to share? Was it the source code? API source code. Okay. API source code will be made available on Git GitHub. Okay. Good. All right, next. Budget research. Individuals, teams, profit companies, and other organizations can win between 5 and 25,000.
The three
Oh,
different grants. Like we were filling in the application for developer tools now, right?
yeah. What is this link here? Was this you or me?
Yeah, you. Hacker.
Yeah. It's something.
I don't know.
No, I don't know what that is.
So, someone tried to make the link shorter, but it did not work.
Uh, those aren't mine. I don't recognize
Fair enough,
those
man.
links. All right, I have to investigate that a little bit different further.
Yo, good day, Leinster.
Hey, Trevor, was that you?
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to make it shorter.
Okay, next time just post the full link because I just tried to go to it and it doesn't work.
Okay.
So already removed the shorter.
Yeah, find the find it and post it back, please. Just post the whole thing. All right.
Let me see.
Thank you, Trevor. All right. What's next? The product should be a public good. Okay. The project your grant application pertains to must release a published version to production by the end of the grant agreement. Do you believe that you can do this?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like they're asking for a shareable version of a Google Doc, so maybe just already start in that Google Doc. Create Google Doc shareable version.
Oh,
Must
did I
release.
already create one?
you did.
I sure did. All right. Well, I guess that makes that easier to do. Look at me. Past me was helping future us. That's funny. Okay, so we'll just go through this version then. All right, below template, blah, 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 blah. Open individual's experience, must proven track record. All right, proven track record in this case will mean demonstrate your successful performance. Do you feel that you have a resume?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Like the beta version is already available.
Of what's this going to be called? So it's not Rogue Market anymore. It is Backbones. Backbones Data Hub. Fast access to SA data. Okay. Oh, okay.
Uh,
All right. Good. We're going to end up needing that proven track record later on.
Yeah,
Priority will be
like
given
we
to
can
applicants who can.
supply the rogue market, we can supply the API itself already. We can show the depth. We can show, like, we have a lot of stuff that we built on the Solana ecosystem that we can show this. That's
Excellent.
not going to be a problem.
Excellent. That's probably exactly what they're looking for. Good. All right. Public should be a public good, and we already answered that one. So let's go to our public good answer. Okay, so that one's good. Let's do the next one, Solana specific. The project your grant application pertains to must release a published version to production by the end of the agreement. Okay. Will not be a problem. And you said it's already in beta.
Yeah, we already have an API connection for the previous indexing that we do, or that we did. Like, we already built this product once, just we are not able to afford the data connection anymore.
Got it, got it, got it.
So it's
Okay. Completely public and open source. We already talked about that. The development team must agree to a period of at least 6 months of maintenance. Is that agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, that would mean your time,
So
effort, and also your money.
it would be, yeah, it would be 12 months, because the connection or the funding is for entire year.
Okay, so you'll provide 12 months of maintenance. Okay,
Yes.
and we'll be sure to price that in accordingly to your grant. The development team must agree to meet quantifiable metrics for driving user adoption. I don't know what that means yet, but I don't think you have a
Um,
problem with that. Quantifiable
the
normally means
problem,
boost the numbers, and user adoption, I think, means new people using it. So I think what they're trying to say there is they're going to give you a number that you need to meet for people using your product. I think.
yeah, looks like it. That's what they were asking here. And that might be a little bit of an issue, but depends if they want developers building or using the tooling, or if they want uh, end users looking at the data.
Okay. In which case will it be
Because
an issue?
the looking like if they want to know how many end users are actually seeing the data, it's going to be an issue to track because each individual developer has their own viewer base basically. So um
Okay.
and the problem is like you will not pull in someone else outside the Star Atlas ecosystem, so you're kind of bound to the growth of Star Atlas.
Is there a way to make backbones usable to non-Star Atlas people?
I mean, the data is just for Star Atlas, right?
Yeah. Not really.
Not really?
Like,
Okay.
hey, no, you're collecting Star Atlas data, so unless you are in the ecosystem, you're using this data. Like, I don't see any point for anyone else outside the ecosystem to want Star Atlas data.
Is the tool that you're developing something that can be adopted to another ecosystem?
I guess so in the
It
future,
could
yeah.
be, yeah.
Okay. So if they look at the stuff that you post on GitHub and they go, okay, there's another, I don't know, uh, ground atlas game, they can take your GitHub API connection and then change things to be their game, and it will work.
No,
Not really.
Not really? Okay,
no,
tell me about
because
that.
because
As we
the
actually just
oh,
indexing the Star Atlas programs. So we have the code is like uh, only fitting these Star Atlas programs. And if you want to index something else, you just have to rewrite the code, I guess.
Okay,
So
when
if
you
you
say
want to index,
indexing Star
let's
Atlas
say,
programs, what's that referring to? What programs?
for example, right now the marketplace.
Oh, like on the website?
Yeah, basically the market or the galactic marketplace.
Oh, okay. Is this the same thing as calling it like a data crawler?
Yeah, if you want to frame it like this, yeah.
I frame it like that as someone who's not a technical expert. So I'm trying to equivocate it with something
They
else that I
basically
understand.
scrap the data and put it into a database and then have it accessible.
Okay, and you call that an indexer.
Yes,
Okay. So the code that you're developing is the program that does the scrubbing and indexes the data that it scrubs. Yes?
correct. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is it possible for someone to look at the the source code that you create here, and instead of it pointing to Marketplace, it points to another website?
because
Mm,
each program or each project builds their data a certain way, and like you would need to
I mean,
know how they're storing the data inside chain, right?
if you would look at the code, you would basically get the idea on how to do it, but you would still need to put in work to rewrite the code to fit your needs. But you
Okay.
just have basically a framework maybe, and you can look at the framework and you say, oh, okay, you do this and that, but you have to rewrite these steps again.
Okay. So there is some reusability. Maybe not entirely though.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And for us, expanding would be possible as well. Like create a different indexing with a different ecosystem. Like if we want to, we could index other ecosystems. Just at the moment, we don't want to because that would be too much work.
Okay. You'd have to like figure out how they store data and then recode it to go grab it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool. I think I'm tracking now. And programs. Star Atlas data. And when you say indexing, is that like storing it, like in a CSV
Yes.
file or somewhere?
Yeah, basically a CSV file database. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No, that seems pretty straightforward.
And,
Cool.
and with the API, basically people can then open up that that CSV file and use the data.
Ah.
That's what the API.
All right. That's a
And
key.
then the circle is round.
They can connect to the CSV file. Is that the way you said it? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
access
or
it?
basically.
basically, yeah, access that is.
Okay. And the source code on GitHub will be the the program that you code to make all that happen?
Would be the indexer, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. And the indexer is what? Is it like an executable?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's like a template for another executable that I use. It's just a template. That template you need to load, and then you can get the data you actually want.
So it's a template that you can then compile into an executable?
Yeah.
Got it. All right, cool. Alrighty. So next, milestones. Your grant application must include milestones for each of the categories below. The first one is the beta version, which you already have. Should
Yes.
be a working prototype that includes all basic functionality. Is that true right now?
Yeah. Right now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are there any features that are not developed because you don't have funding or something else?
Yes.
Okay.
Like other index for other programs, for example, Sage.
Okay, does that mean that there, like, are there multiple indexers?
Yeah, there will be multiple. Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it. And Sage, and what's another example?
I guess cargo program, the points program, the Atlas Docker program, the Polish Docker program, you name it.
Oh, got it, got it. Oh, okay.
The rental program, like any program of Star Atlas.
Now, when you say program,
Like
are you talking about a website?
I'm talking about the on-chain programs on Solana, like games.
Okay.
You played Sage?
I have not that. No.
Okay.
I'm doing this stuff. I'm not even. I want to play HoloSim. That's the one I want to get into. I opened up Sage and I got as far as trying to load a character in. That's about as far as I got. Oh man, I don't even have time to play right now, but I really want to.
Yeah, it's not that attractive yet.
Okay, so when you say program, is that do I remember correctly that that's what Solana calls their smart contracts?
Yes.
Okay. So the rental program would be the rental smart contract.
Correct.
Okay.
And currently, we are only doing the marketplace program,
Oh, okay.
and then only a select piece of that program, even not the entire thing, I think.
Okay, so there are what facets of the marketplace smart contract that you're not indexing?
Right now, the order book I'm not indexing. I'm just indexing the trades.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay, cool. Cool. That's coming together now. Applicants should describe how they plan to test the beta version to ensure it is stable and reliable. Okay, so that's going to be your test plan. So we're going to end up creating. Here's we'll need to create a test plan. That's going to be one of the things I'm gonna have you all do. And you know what we can do? We could start developing the skeleton right here. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so this will be proposal details. All right, so and this will be things we need, and I'll share this with you all after we're done meeting. So things we need will be a test plan. So the test plan will include things like entrance criteria, which are list of things you need to begin test. All right. And then you'll need test description, which will be paragraph of what you will test. Then you'll have test plan. I don't have another word for it, but that'll be steps you take to test. And then you'll have exit criteria, which will be list of things the test will accomplish to be successful. Okay? So that will doesn't have to be super long. Like it could be a page max. You with me so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that'll be part of what we put together. All right, and this will be proposal element. And that way I can know what it is. All right. Next thing, each completed component will be considered one milestone.
Okay.
I don't know what a component is in this case. Do you get what they're saying? Component.
Yeah, I expect that they are looking for a little bit bigger projects to fund. Um,
Could we say each
and that
indexer is a component?
you could,
Okay. What gives you the impression that they're looking for bigger projects?
yeah, like the way, yeah, like down the line, they're gonna ask a lot more things.
Okay.
For us, it's pretty short and easy to answer all of this.
Okay.
But yeah,
So maybe we think about making each indexer a component. And that would increase the paperwork a bit. but maybe that's what they want to see in order to kind of give you this
Yeah.
phased approach for funding.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, then let's put that out now. Components. So you have, let's call it the marketplace, right? Was one. Sage is another. Rental program. What are some other components that you want to see in this?
Lockers.
Did you say poker?
Lockers.
Locker.
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear that word.
The Star Atlas staking contracts, the lockers.
Oh, the lockers. Lockers, got it.
Yeah.
All right, are they separate between Atlas and Polis loggers? Separate indexers?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What else?
I hope at some point the UE5, but currently that's not on chain yet, so we
Okay.
cannot index yet.
Okay. Other than these five.
You have score. You
Score.
have fleet or faction fleet, faction claims. Or no, score and faction fleet are the same. So faction fleet and faction claims. The deck platform.
The deck platform?
Yeah, it's like basically their guild setup.
Oh, the DAC. DAC. Okay.
Player profile maybe.
Or yeah, player profile.
Wow, this is a lot. Okay. Okay. What else?
Yeah, you could do something with tokens, I guess.
Tokens? Like the Polis and Atlas?
Yeah.
And that would be separate than the lockers.
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
But
What can I?
yeah, like
How can I
because
describe it
those
here
are
other than tokens?
how you describe tokens different than tokens. Like
Yeah,
that's
like so. If
what
I
they
just
are,
list
right?
tokens,
Um,
I guess describe to me what you're indexing
uh,
about the token.
you could do latest price, could do volume, you could do
Oh, okay, I got you.
amount of trades.
There we go. We'll stick with token analytics then. All right. Is there more, or is this everything?
Wait, I'm just sending you something. Whenever Discord decides to load.
You're gonna need to fully scope out the effort.
Maybe. Yeah, like I think this is all the programs that are on live at the moment.
Just send you a list of our programs, Lancer, or in the group
Okay,
chat.
I see it.
You want to open it up?
Yeah.
Shit ton more.
There's a lot more? Okay. How many of them are you going to index for this grant?
All of that.
All of them. Okay. All right, then we're gonna
And
need to find a better. Oh my. Okay.
maybe you could split them in the mainnet programs, IDs, legacy program,
Yep.
the
Yep. I
KMP.
think that's a great idea. Are you gonna index legacy stage?
uh,
Interesting.
yeah, like I guess we can pick up the data so it's available. Like
Yeah, but
it's
it's not a priority,
deprecated,
I guess.
so it's not needed. But
This is actually great for our needs. So you're going to index every single one of these.
That's the idea.
Okay. And so each index is different because the programs, aka the smart contracts, are different. Like you have two legacy sages here, that one and this one.
yeah,
So you're going to index both separately.
I mean, the IDs don't really matter. You can just ignore them.
I can ignore
Like
what?
yeah.
like the game IDs are just like the actual games. You need this to play a program from the above list. So you're basically just indexing the mainnet program IDs.
So you're going to be
Just the
indexing
part.
all of this.
Yes.
Okay, you will not be
Yeah,
indexing
but
this.
also
Not right
like
now, but it's just optional. It's not really needed.
like
Okay. I'm going to either
yeah,
list it in as part of your scope that you're indexing, or I'm not. Do you want me to leave it out?
Yeah, just blank it out. Just leave it out for now.
Okay. All right. So then everything under mainnet program IDs. All right, makes sense. All right. Hmm. What the? Oh, bomber. Okay. Nice. All right. So then I think the easier thing. Oops.
This is not where I parked my car.
No. No, it's not. But we're happy you're here.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting again.
Yeah, no problem. Ugh. I'm going to have to format that a little bit later. Okay. So the point of this. Hmm. Okay. It's a lot of indexing. How long does it take for you to index one?
It
different
depends a bit,
sizes.
like
So
You said it
you
depends.
first need to write the code, and then the indexer itself needs to run, and that depends on like how long the program has already have been running.
Okay. Give me an example of one of them that you know how long it'll take. Are we talking weeks, days, hours?
Mm, weeks, for example, for the marketplace.
The Galactic Marketplace?
But yeah,
It'll take weeks to create the indexer.
to
no,
create
it
the
would.
actual index of the data.
The
So
indexer.
it takes it takes the indexer a couple of weeks to go through all the data from previous transactions before
Mm,
it has completed the entire history.
Okay, so it'll
So the
take weeks
data
for it to
crawling
extract
itself, yeah,
the data. Okay.
Yes,
How long will it take you to develop the indexer itself?
I guess maybe 1 week, 2 weeks,
So it'll take you
and I'm
2 weeks
talking
to
like
so
two
code.
weeks of
so
7 days with 8 hours of coding maybe.
Okay, so 1 week to code the indexer, and it will take 2 weeks for the indexer to extract the data? About?
roundabout.
Okay, that'll be important for later. All right. So the last thing we can do before we stop for today is these seem like a lot of components. So maybe it would be smart instead of making all of these. How many are there? That's what I want. I want the number. Okay. 20. So instead of making 20 milestones, which is what this is based on under the grant requirements, complete first beta for each component.
Yeah, I would not run the indexer before you have created them all, so you don't go through the data like 20 times.
Okay,
And
so
you don't
you
want to spend 20 times 2 weeks to go through everything. Like, why not build everything and then from there crawl basically once?
so as
Or
part of the development plan, you're going to code all 20 indexers before you index any of them.
I would say that's the most wisest, but I could be wrong, Soulwalker.
Okay, that's part of the development plan that we're going to need to talk about, or that you're going to need to settle. So I'm going to put that here. So Walker, do you agree with that, or do y'all want to talk about that?
No, Lord was right.
Will code. I'm going to say develop instead of code. Need to start using the same terminology. Develop. All right. So will develop, and I say SMB team. No, I'm going to call you all the developer. Developer will develop all 20 components before running the
I want to say maybe
indexers.
all 20,
Okay.
group them up maybe.
Yeah. We're going to
I
group
think.
them up. Yes. That's going to be the next part. That's going to be the thing we end with. I just needed to make sure I didn't lose sight of this part. It's development plan. Oops. Okay. And actually, we won't even need this because we already have it. All right. And this will be proposal. Let's just put contents for now. I think it's part of the deliverables. There we go. It's going to be part of your deliverables. Okay. Now let's group this up. So components. We need something that we can group all these 20 up into like maybe 3 or 4. Let's do this. So what would you all say are some common themes, just looking at this list here, that we can group this up into 3 or 4? I see a lot of profile stuff.
We got crew stage,
You, where, can
tracking
you share that,
cargo, and fleet rentals. Then you have another group which is player profile, profile faction.
can you share that link, Loser?
Yeah.
I'll group it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just right now.
In the chat where it's in the group chat, Soulwalker.
Yeah, that is the wrong document.
That was definitely the wrong button.
But okay, we will create 3 or 4 groups out of this, and then no problem.
All right. I'm going to put that in actions. Got pirates in here. Oh, hey, Solace. What's up? Newly formed Vanguard. Okay, so S&B team will group the components in this thing. Into 3 or 4 major components. That's what we'll call them. Okay? And I'm going to go through and kind of break this up a bit so that this makes more sense. Like this. It's going to be kind of a little bit chaotic in terms of the numbering system, but it's kind of, it'll all come together in the end.
Yeah, I would not number them.
Okay, and each completed component can be considered one milestone. So in the end, we'll have 3 or 4, and so you end up with like 3 or 4 milestones. That's going to be the way that we'll. Someone's copying the whole thing.
That's me.
Okay, that's fine.
There we go.
And they also had like for monthly pay, like if they also had like monthly uh, milestones as an option. So you could request like the funds for the Streamfast data connection monthly, and you would already have 12 months.
Okay, cool.
I saw them mention it somewhere.
Okay. And we'll stop
Pretty good.
there. So next time we will pick back up with what you into as milestones. I'll even put here milestones because we don't know yet. And then we will get into the maintenance section.
Yeah.
Sound good, pirates?
Sounds good.
Yep. I just sent you basically just a little more formatting.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And we
Yep.
will end there. Thank you all for your time. And if you're able to make it again this time next week, do y'all have another meeting? Or can you come back here this
Yeah,
time?
next week we have a meeting.
Okay.
But
And the week after that, do you have another meeting?
no.
Cool. Then maybe we'll just make this bi-weekly and communicate via messages in the meantime.
Yeah, sounds good. Like
Okay. All right. Start. You
all
can
right,
see it
sounds good.
start to take
Thank
form.
you.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah, slowly get there.
Yeah, slowly get there. See y'all.
All right, thank you. Bye bye.
You.